Here we are getting drunk festivally,
drinking a lot and doing some shots.
Dark rum and white wine, Prosecco is fun.
Now the drunk Christmas has begun. Watching a movie that's chosen by you.
Flo, come on, stay awake. Pour in some Jägermeister into my gin.
Woo!
Happy drunk Christmas! Hello and welcome to Why This Film's Drunk Christmas. I'm your host, Emily Slade, and joining me is the fabulously festive Flo.
Hey, it's me again.
This holiday season, as voted for by you, we're making our way through 5 Christmas genres: action, horror, children, never before seen, and classic. All the genres. Today, it is never before seen. And from the choices of A Christmas Story, Scrooged, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Jingle All The Way, you're making us watch Jingle All The Way. How do we feel about this?
I've never ever seen it, and I have no idea what it's about, and I've only just found out it has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that, like, a lot of people know and love, but I have never, ever even come across it in my life.
Wait, so we had the never seen before thing, but we've never seen this one either.
Yeah, so we've kind of had it before with Die Hard, and then this is the actual genre of never seen before, and...
Oh,
again,
this is never seen before.
Yeah.
Alright, I totally misunderstood you. Do that again.
What
was Die Hard? The action. Alright, I don't know. I'm not really following.
Wow.
I just turn up when you tell me to. So I'm excited, or
yeah,
I don't know.
That made you feel more happy that we're
completely neutral, neither up nor down.
So we could have had A Christmas Story. Which, have you ever seen A Christmas Story?
I have not.
No, I'm really glad, actually. I have literally no interest in ever watching that because it looks kind of vile. Like it's the kid that wants nothing more than a BB gun, or like a gun for Christmas. It's the one with the leg lamp.
I don't know that at all.
Scrooged, you've seen Scrooged before?
I've seen Scrooged. I would have liked to see it again with you, maybe one day, because
maybe one
I
day.
don't really know what my opinion on it is. I found it like it's apparently a classic, but
yeah,
I found it really weird and shouty.
Again, like, no real interest in watching it. Bill Murray is a very sort of I'm very neutral, going towards the side of not interested in Bill Murray. Love Carol Kane, and I know she's in it, but I mean, if we're gonna watch a Christmas Carol, why would we need to go any further than Kermit the Frog?
That is fair.
So, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, that's Chevy Chase, isn't it?
Yeah, I do want to see that one day because it's apparently funny and a classic, and I feel like it would mix up the standard Christmas films that you get a bit, but
Nope. We've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I believe, and I don't know if this is correct, but I believe the boy that plays Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace.
Aww.
Yeah.
The little boy.
Hollywood ruined
the
him.
The one who hates sand.
Yeah, but when he's a baby.
But when he is little. But he hated sand then as well.
We can assume he hates sand because he grew up on Tatooine, didn't he?
Yes.
I don't know. It was fairly sandy where he was. So, the rules of the game. Anytime someone says Turbo Man, anytime someone says Buster, I don't know who that's going to be. That's exciting, so we'll have to find out who Buster is. And whenever somebody says Jamie, so
Turbo Man, Buster, and Jamie.
Whenever Myron shows up, I don't know what that means, so we'll find out together.
Cool.
Whenever Howard goes to a new location to obtain the toy, okay, so it's about getting a toy.
Presumably Turbo Man.
presumably Turbo Man. And whenever Turbo Man or Santa is shown... Wait, what? Maybe it's like
Turbo Man's a hero?
Yeah, but like a real... Maybe he's like a real hero and then they have toy versions of him, like when Hercules has the action figures of himself.
Maybe.
Or it's like Santa in the Macy's parade.
Kind
of thing.
Just versions of Santa.
Yeah, like Disney princesses.
We don't know, do we? Because we've never seen this film before.
We've never seen it before, and we genuinely haven't. We're not saying that in like a wink wink kind of way, like how Graham Norton's like, haha, we're filming this on Christmas Eve, and we all know that they're not. We genuinely haven't seen this before. We have to finish our drink when Howard gets into a Santa Claus brawl. So I assume he fights Santa at some point, a la Elf.
Cool.
And when Jamie, spoiler alert, gets his Turbo Man. So we assume that Arnold Schwarzenegger...
It's just ruined the entire movie. Oh, fuck. What's even the point?
It's not about the result, it's about the journey. We have to find out what Arnold Schwarzenegger learns on his quest to obtain... It's not about getting up the mountain,
it's the climb.
Exactly. So how do we feel about these rules?
Forgotten them already. You just tell me when to drink.
I know the drill. And speaking of drink, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm feeling a little coldy, so I've got a vodka and orange juice. And then
I feel like that's been fairly consistent across this. I feel every time you get here, you're like, I've been feeling a bit sniffly.
I'm unwell,
So
I've got one glass of vodka and orange juice, and then I've got a bottle of wine.
Hey! I've got my now absolutely standard drinking game shot of Jägermeister that I've been slowly sipping and burning my throat whilst saying the rules. And then I have some Prosecco, and I have this, like, British cassis black currant liqueur to put in the Prosecco because it's not alcoholic enough on its own, and it makes it like a purpley colour. It's pretty. I think it turns it basically into like a Kir Royale.
Cool. Sounds good.
Check me out.
Yeah.
I'm very genuinely excited about this. Because it is meant to be a classic.
Yeah, lots of people seem to remember it really fondly, and I'm excited to sort of see what it's about.
Oh, it's Turbo Man and Booster. So we drink.
Turbo Man.
Bright pink bear. Why are the Power Rangers here? What is happening? I would watch this.
I know you would.
Oh my god, look at that pink bear.
The bear is good.
This is fun. I'm engaged. There he is, little baby Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, it is him.
I hope he's doing okay. I wish him a Merry Christmas. I really do.
Yeah. Or a Happy Holidays. Hey, Sinbad is in this movie.
Oh, and Phil Hartman. I'm interested. It was such a vibe back in the 90s, wasn't it, to have your children's movies' main through line to be Dad works too hard, kid resents him for it.
Or Dad just doesn't
doesn't
come home and isn't a good husband.
Oh yes, you're my number one customer.
This is just reminding me of The Room. You're my number one... no, you're my favourite customer.
Hi, doggy.
You're my number one customer. Liz, look, I didn't mean that. Liz?
Whoa.
Things must be very strained already if your husband saying something accidentally hilarious down the phone makes you be like... rather than like, ha!
But
I'm your number one customer.
Like, it's meant to be like, you thought I was your customer because you're in such a bloody work mode. But at least he was working very hard.
Yeah, he wasn't just having a party. And, you know, I know, like, Christmas movies love to be like, oh, you're working too hard away from the family. But surely that's, like, the boss's fault and stuff, not...
Yeah, not the worker's fault.
Yeah. Although he did seem to be deliberately working late.
Yeah.
Just loves selling mattresses. Jesus, what is happening?
Who is Tim?
That
and why are all the
a
women?
Sex bomb?
Like,
Just a tool for the job.
Ooh.
nailed it.
Oh yeah, there's absolutely no reason no one else has done this.
Yeah, that will certainly not.
Also,
to be an
imagine trying to
idiotic
get back
move.
into line after you've done that. Like,
God, it'd be
the
impossible.
looks you would get.
Why are we surprised here, Arnold? Why do you think no one else was on that plane?
Damn it!
Oh, it's like in Hook, where he doesn't go to his baseball game. At least it's not baseball this time. It's usually always baseball. You missed it, Arnold. You're a terrible father. I hope you learned the valuable lesson that Christmas is the most important thing in the world. That is the one thing we always learn.
24/7! You really didn't make it. Like, everyone has left the building.
Like, I'm surprised the
Was he
door
like,
wasn't,
maybe it'll be running
locked.
on late by 2 hours? And...
yeah, literally.
Idiot.
Hey, neighbor. Ted,
What?
what the hell are you doing on my roof?
Oh, it's...
What's Ted doing on your roof?
Aw, thanks, Ted.
Some extra light.
I don't trust Ted. I think he's...
I think he might be a robot.
What the hell? Got a little Christmas cheer,
That's the Ted in Buffy.
Yeah, I literally, he's the same person.
Vibe.
Sorry you missed the karate
It's
class
true.
today, but don't worry, I got it all on video.
Very
What
Hook.
voice is that? I know that voice.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
There we go. Thank you.
I do like that. This sort of real worry for the children.
That's good, but I also just like... I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you're like, parents do have to work, and you can't realistically tell your kid that you'll always be there for everything, and maybe in a more sort of better setup, she would have emotionally prepared the kid for him not having been there.
Possibly, but it seemed like he didn't need to be working. That seemed like a choice, and he'd clearly made a promise to go to that. And perhaps he'd missed other things
That's a great
with
point. and
with
this
a
is probably-
promise
yeah.
to come to this one. Because that's usually what happens in these. It's usually the last straw. Oh, he just
it's a
really
great
loves
bedroom.
Turbo Man. This is like pre-Marvel
Look,
as
there's a
well,
painting
so
on his
everything's
wall.
like... Oh my god. Did they have permission to have the Hulk and the Fantastic Four and Captain America? Is Turbo Man a Marvel character then? Is this the beginning of the MCU?
Oh my god. I don't know if Turbo Man's an actual MCU character. I've never heard of him before.
I highly
I assume
doubt
they're allowed to like reference other heroes, but for their big one they need to make their own. Excuse me, don't mock my sport, Dad.
Oh my god, you weren't even there. I can't believe that man sells like
I know, why does he
mattresses
look like that?
over the phone. He looks like he does in fact spend several hours at the gym each day.
Maybe that's what the main issue is. They're like, it would be fine if you were just working, but I know you were working late because you did 5 hours at the gym before you went in.
Buy me Turbo Man.
Like how?
Oh, I'm going to make another promise to you that
That I
is
won't
going to
be
be
able to
almost
keep.
impossible to fulfill.
Yeah.
That's parenting, baby.
Oh yeah.
It's turbo time!
Are we drinking
Drink.
for its turbo time?
Yeah, we're gonna drink Chris Turbo time.
Well, I'm glad you had to stop and think about it.
Johnny's gonna get one.
God, he's so fucking awkward.
He really is.
Well, I'm glad you had to stop and think about it.
I mean, the script is also quite clunky, but when you combine that with
Yeah,
the
but
clunkiness
Meryl
of Arnold
Streep would have been
Schwarzenegger-
able to pull that off.
True. Which now I want Jingle All The Way with Meryl Streep.
You got the doll, right?
That was nice. A nice little camera movement.
That was really cool.
Man doll. I asked you to pick one up 2 weeks ago.
And then I haven't checked since.
I got it.
Oh, good.
Because I was going to divorce the hell out of you.
Yeah,
just then.
yeah, we were done if you hadn't. I do love that this movie is basically like capitalism, the movie, a little bit. It's like,
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's weird though, because it also tries to be like working late is bad, and which like I agree,
well,
but
I think it does the classic tropes of this era family movies, especially around Christmas time. Like, all of them fall into this trap. But it's fun that actually it's probably a real worry of parents each year to get the it thing. Like, remember when parents were like killing each other over the Tickle Me Elmo?
No, I don't remember that.
It was a thing.
It's just amazing, this level of stress. Like, my parents were never like, oh, I couldn't find this thing for them, so I'll go looking for it in other places. They were just
my parents were mostly like, no, you're not having it. Like,
or they'd be like, oh, okay, I'll keep an eye out, and then they wouldn't be able to get it, and they'd be like, yeah, couldn't get it.
Find it.
And you had to get over that, because I wasn't a
But
spoiled little brat like this kid. What the hell?
Ted, I swear to God.
Do you reckon Ted is Santa?
Oh,
Sorry.
he's definitely Santa.
No, maybe.
I was thinking he's a villain. Because he's too...
No, you're
he's
right.
Phil Hartman.
He's just there to be like the
To
good
be Ned
guy.
Flanders.
Yeah, to be Ned. I mean, he's going to turn out to be like a tax evader or some shit. Oh God, I bloody love it if he was Santa though.
I mean, it would be funny because it would paint Arnold Schwarzenegger as the villain of this piece.
Well, no, not really. No one's a villain compared to Santa. They're just like a normal person, you know?
True. But I don't think Santa would struggle with a reindeer that much.
Yeah, you're right.
But he is wearing red a lot.
Yeah.
I got a Turbo Man for Johnny months ago.
He's such a shit. I love him.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Oh, great.
I love him though because I'm kind of against Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit for no real reason.
I mean, so far he's been a little bit lazy and thoughtless, and
Ted's perfect, so...
yeah, Ted's pretty great. He's exactly all the people you hate when you work in retail.
Yeah.
He pushed in front and then complained about having to wait 2 minutes when everyone else has been waiting for ages. Or it's Sinbad.
Wow!
Whoa!
Whoa! Sinbad!
Sinbad. Sinbad, that would only be funny if
lady
you'd grabbed a guy. Sinbad.
Jesus Christ! He should have known to dive out the way if he was going to do
Oh my gosh,
that.
he's going to get genuinely trampled to death.
Bloody hell.
Crikey.
Oh, I hate it. I really hate it.
Yes, I'm trying to find the Turbo Man doll. Me too, me too. Do you have anything on back?
I feel this so hard for anyone that's worked in retail. It's like during the lockdown where people were like, do you have any flour? And they were like,
No.
stop picking people up by the scruffs of their necks.
That's better.
He's threatening. I don't care for him as a hero.
You're too big to, like, funnily threaten people. Like,
Yeah,
it would be
that-
scary. Also, Sinbad's like a villain.
Oh, it's war already. I wonder why it's called Jingle All The Way. I mean, roll credits, dang.
Yeah.
Mate, just get your kid the little fucking pink monster bear.
Someone
Like,
specifically said, who wants that bear? No one wants that bear.
I want that bear.
I know you want it.
This is the kind of montage I would expect nearer the end of the movie.
Yeah. This is him just going to... Just keep on water falling. He's just going to a
That's fair.
bunch of different shops.
Wow, Arnie! Well, you're getting kicked out of this store. Should have fucking thought about that when you did as your wife asked you 2
Yeah.
weeks ago. This is all your fault, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I have no sympathy for you. But also, now, it is a job. It is a job. Her job does seem to be housewife, and her kid was at school. So, we can assume she had time
Yeah, I mean, maybe she has
to go and get Turbo Man.
busy job, but yeah, why didn't she?
We
go
haven't
get him?
seen it yet.
I mean, it's not her fault because she asked for a favour from her husband, and that is
Very,
a fair thing to
very,
expect.
very true.
But also, if she's feeling that like untrusting of him,
Yeah.
then you think you might just go get it yourself for the sake of the kid, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
This is why Ted is the villain,
Oh,
because
Ted.
he's clearly making moves. See, he's a villain. See?
I know he's a villain. I mean,
He yelled at the kid.
they did a weird zoom in on his face as he hugged the wife, and he was doing a like I'm having an orgasm face. I think that was. They were like, we're not clear enough if Ted is evil, so just real quick. Like, remember when I thought Ted was Santa? I'm still hoping that'll happen.
I know, and like again, part of me really
Just
hopes
like
there's a major
complete
twist.
asshole
It's
Santa.
like, wait.
Cookies. I gotta get the recipe from Liz.
I love that Phil Hartman clearly saw who he was meant to be playing opposite and was like, well, I'm going to match that in
Yeah,
terms of
like,
energy
we're
and
just going to be
intenseness.
high fucking energy from start to finish.
And I can see why this would be a classic, because there is absolutely, as you say, no subtlety throughout this movie whatsoever, and there's a charm to that, because you can't get away with that these days. No one makes a movie where everyone's just fucking batshit.
Yeah.
We're late delivery of Turbo Man at Toy Works. Let's go.
Oh no, is that a police?
It'll be the same cop.
Yeah.
Broke my little mirror.
Aw, he's my favourite character.
Is he?
Yeah. He's so cute.
He's a horrible man.
Is there a problem, officer?
Oh,
what?
no.
The cop?
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's doing his job.
I really didn't like his attitude when he stopped Arnold Schwarzenegger on the freeway.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, my son has a thing
Yeah,
that I'm
but
late
he
for,
sounded,
and he was like,
he sounded threatening when he was like, "Oh, well, the last thing I'd want to do is feel like a
no,
private
he sounded
citizen."
sarcastic.
He sounded.
because
It was a
It's
hateful.
valid. You were breaking the law, sir, and why should I feel sympathy
Yeah,
for
well,
you?
I'm being like, well, I don't care because
Everyone
you've
else
broken
managed
the law.
to wait in
yeah,
line.
but he sounded like he was threatening violence. I don't like. I think he sounded like he was high on his own power. It must be Booster that they were supposed to say, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Booster.
Okay, drink for Booster.
He got over that pepper spray much quicker than anyone else I've ever seen get over pepper spray in a movie.
Well, that's because he's so muscly. He just
Very
pushed it
true.
out with his eye muscles.
Just his eye muscles were like, nope! This isn't as exciting as I feel it ought to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
just
music.
waiting for when he either gets it or goes under a car or something.
This isn't slapstick enough to be good slapstick. It's not exciting enough to get me thrilled. It's quite boring. This little segment that feels like it should be. They could have been quite imaginative with it, and they haven't been.
I think he's working as hard as he can, but they're just not like that set piece isn't funny enough to.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Santa.
Hey, it's Santa. What's up? I think your kid will. Speaking from experience, your kid will still love you.
I think your wife might leave you though. That would be my concern.
Yeah, but this will just be the straw. You know, it won't be the cause and foundation. This is smart, to be fair.
What is?
Working in a place as a Santa and monopolizing, like, getting a bunch of Turbo Men.
Sort of.
we
So,
assume.
though the bit where you have to pick out one person at a time, then drive them all the way to the warehouse is
True.
That bit feels like it's a little inefficient.
Quite inefficient. It's still quite funny as a concept, though.
Oh yeah.
So does this count as seeing Santas?
Yeah. Drink.
Of course, there's some assembly required.
Okay. Get some super glue.
Yeah, like, honestly, dude.
Get the kid to open it. When it doesn't say the phrase right, you can say you'll go get one after Christmas, but you didn't
Yeah.
test the voice.
Yeah, your integrity is still intact. Like,
I mean, in fairness, I am putting forward a plan where you're just tricking your wife into thinking you did it right. But I'm like, if you're that desperate,
but
you
this
can
is the
fix
thing.
this.
He's so desperate that he's just gonna keep the hunt. When he may as well keep these boys happy and keep his son happy and his wife happy. It's still Turbo Man at the end of the day.
Yeah. It is broken though, but if he'd be willing
But
to fix
as you
it.
say, like, just fix it. Because the American one probably breaks as well. They'll all have been made from the same warehouse. Getting in a brawl with Santa, drink. Oh, bloody hell. When they said a brawl with Santa,
do we
I thought
drink
they
for
meant,
like
like...
every brawl? So this
Yes.
is a separate brawl. Nice.
So this is like Kung Fu brawl with a nice deep red suit. I love the look.
If only he'd seen his kids' kung fu or karate championship thing.
Exactly. He'd have been able to know how to
He'd
kick
know
on the
what to
spot.
do. That's another
The
brawl.
further, that's 4 brawls. Classic. Bring out the big hefty Santa.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Takes. This is brilliant. You're Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, you're.
What are you
and you're
gonna
so
do?
clearly like deliberately stood to get
Ripped.
yourself lower to the ground, like
Yeah,
bending your legs and having a power stance.
That guy is on like 7 yellow pages right now, just to look bigger than you. Oh,
Oh,
oh.
oh God! You're all gonna crush each other, guys. That's so dumb.
Who are these people? What the fuck is happening? This is so weird.
This must be the sloppiest bust I've ever seen in my entire career.
Oh, we are not going to believe this.
Oh, come on.
Wait till the commissioner finds out about this.
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm really not on Arnold Schwarzenegger's side here.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I feel like he's
Maybe if you have
caused
kids.
a lot of issues, and
Yeah, that
it
he
was
could have
all-
either walked away from or made better choices for.
yeah. I want to go to a diner like that, just for the
Me
aesthetic.
too. I want to order a businesswoman's special a la Romy and Michelle, aka a burger.
Nice.
Look at his amazing hot chocolates. Ted is my favorite character.
You're an amazing man, Ted.
Ted, I love you so much.
Does
Look
he
at your
not have
random
like
son.
a wife or someone he lives with?
I guess not, because he has his son.
No, he has. Yeah, he has his son.
Your dad is so cool. I wish my dad did stuff like this.
Right?
We never used to. Naturally, my mom split up. Really?
I mean,
Hey, maybe your parents should get a divorce.
Maybe they should.
maybe they should. You know, Anna Kendrick always says that she's really happy that her parents didn't stay together for the kids because it was ultimately better for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people say that. I think we're going to learn that these two are all right together at the end. I hope so, but yeah, I think Ted's pretty fucking cool.
I think Ted's great.
And
And
yeah,
I think he's valid with his sarcasm.
He's a bit of a horn dog, but like just kind of teasing Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's an incredibly buff married guy.
Yeah.
Like, and you're like, hey, I'm eating your wife's cookies. Tasty. Too bad you're not here right now. You know, like, that's not so bad.
valid.
But apart from that, he's like giving them hot chocolate.
He's super sweet. And like, yeah, maybe losing his wife has forced him to look deeper into the community of people around him
Yeah.
and made good
Make
choices to help
connections
them.
outside of the home. And he was a
Absolutely.
supportive father for his kid.
Yeah.
Please.
Because, Dad, when someone makes a promise, they definitely should.
So it's funny that this movie is like, ooh, evil neighbor, and we're
Yeah.
here like, valid
Yeah,
man.
Ted seems like a nice
making
dude.
Great
I guarantee he's going to do something. You know, like how in Run Fat
He'll
Boy
cross the
Run,
line.
Hank Azaria seemed alright, and so they had to write a scene where he's just like a enormous douchebag, just so
Yeah.
that you're happy for Simon Pegg, rather than like, hey, what the hell? Hank Azaria
Yeah.
is really nice.
Hank Azaria was clearly much better than Simon Pegg,
Yeah.
who has been proven to be a dickhead.
And they were like, and then for one scene, he's just like an atrocious bastard. And
Yeah,
you're
he's like
"Oh."
really childish. And you're like, oh no, I guess we have to love Simon Pegg again. But no, I feel that so much. Like, Ted is legit.
Ted's gonna do something. Ted's gonna hit a child
he'll-
or something.
yeah,
it
he'll,
will
like-
be really. He'll tell someone Santa doesn't exist. He'll
Yeah.
fucking burn
kill a
someone's
reindeer.
house down. Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
kill the reindeer and eat it. Like, he has to do
Yeah.
something.
He'll do something atrocious.
Here you go, my man.
That will be Santa. I forgot you were in this movie, Sinbad. What's up?
Welcome back, Sinbad. What are we supposed to drink for Sinbad or something?
It was when Myron shows up. So if we can assume that Sinbad is Myron, then
I think
yes,
he's
let's drink
Myron, yeah, drink.
7 times. There's a good couple's costume as well.
Well, let's see how they end up.
Oh my god, maybe they'll get together, and then his wife and Ted will get together.
Maybe.
And Anakin will be just super happy to have like 4 parents who consistently support him in everything he does.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the ending I'm looking for here in 1996 or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's definitely going to be an interracial gay relationship at the end. 96 was all about that.
That was all they were about. That's all you saw. Do it.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comic, Cubit, Donut, Blitzen, wait, and Rudolph.
And Rudolph.
Guys!
Oh, you just had a heart to heart!
Guys!
This is against the rules! Wow! This movie is so unnecessarily
So
violent.
Okay, I got the answer.
How has that helped anything, Sinbad?
Yeah, that doesn't help anything at all.
Guys, the radio station's just 2 blocks down on Wabasha.
Don't tell them that. Although maybe that's a lie and he's like, get
Yeah.
out of my diner.
I'd be like, it's just 1 mile
next
east.
door.
Lock the door, lock the door.
You just fucking broke my phone.
It's weird. There's a lot of slapstick in this movie, but so far it's not been very funny.
None of it has been very funny at all.
I'm not sure why. Maybe, slapstick needs more like choreography and direction than you might think, and maybe it's not receiving that in this.
Sorry, you know what? Maybe this will put us all in the mood for
Oh, hey! It's the principal from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
No way!
He was in Clue, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, of course he's in Clue. He's Colonel Mustard in Clue.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the principal in Sabrina.
Clue. Clue is the glue that brings all of the best creme de la creme of America actors together. He's got a point. Arnold Schwarzenegger, as always, you're in the wrong. Yeah, so to go back to the slapstick, I think it's likability of the people involved. There's no master and servant vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's the, like, slapstick man. It's just, like, people falling all over the place.
Grab it and run. I don't even care by this point.
No, that's not Thunderman or whatever the hell his name is. I've already forgotten. What is it?
That looks more expensive than Turbo
Yeah.
Man.
Give that to your kid.
Yeah, that's just as good.
It's not just as good, but you can be like, they were like. I mean, actually, no. Your wife will leave you. But apart from that,
For Ted though, so two sides.
yeah, Ted would always get Turbo Man for a kid. Ted has probably bought like 5 Turbo Man, so he can swoop round on Christmas Day and give it to any wives whose kids have been disappointed.
Oh, typical America.
Oh,
Put
God.
your fucking guns down.
You again!
Back up. This is a homemade explosive device.
Sinbad, no! No, Sinbad.
God, Sinbad.
This man is totally insane. You too, Barnaby Jones.
Let's Google who Barnaby Jones is.
Yeah, I don't get that reference.
Barnaby Jones is a show about a detective.
Oh. Okay.
And he's like an old dude.
So it's like calling him Columbo or whatever.
Yeah, but like an old
Or like
guy.
Poirot.
Yeah. He does look exactly like him, to be honest. So.
Maybe it's the same actor and they were like doing a thing.
A harmless Christmas package.
Wait, what?
What the fuck?
Just a sick world we're living in.
Oh, because it was in his mailbag. Alright, everyone survived, so I guess that's okay.
Is it?
It was a bomb. Someone was mailing a bomb.
I know, and I'm
And
not.
tearing the gift wrapper was what made it blow up.
But not only made it blow up, it. What the fuck? Flo?
Yeah, that was weird.
What?
And again,
What?
it was like...
That's not a joke. That's not fun. I know it's pre 9/11, but
yeah,
even
that's the thing.
so,
You and I have gone post 9/11 with it, and I'm like, oh my god,
What
but
the
people do
hell?
put bombs in the mail, and like that's awful. But I'm sure bombs had barely even been invented in '96.
Oh, it was such a lark.
Such a lark.
I got a Turbo Man for Johnny months ago. It's nestled safely
Turbo Man.
under our tree. Nestled safely under our tree.
No.
No! Arnold Schwarzenegger is a bad man.
He's a bad man.
But he's not. If this was Bill Murray in Scrooge doing this, I'd be like, well, like it's like he's being
We can all
so
learn a
extreme that like he's screaming, kind of having a nervous breakdown the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm on board with the shenanigans, but
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger is thinking clearly, and he's going to steal another child's doll.
He's just breaking the law.
From your loving father.
Oh God! Arnold Schwarzenegger is the villain of
He
this
bought
piece.
special Turbo Man wrapping paper.
Carolers.
Carolers. I love Ted. Liz, you should be with Ted. He's having a
Liz.
great time.
But
These
Liz, you
carolers-
should tell him to leave.
Yeah, Liz, if you don't want him in your house, tell him
Yeah,
to leave.
don't just
and
have
if
him
you
hanging
don't
around.
mind, then
Ted. Ted's just so lonely.
he's so lonely. And he knows that Arnold Schwarzenegger is gonna blow it any day now.
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
that's
in
why he's
theory,
going
he
after Liz,
has.
because he's like, you do have a horrible husband in fact.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay,
he's
good.
gonna
Okay,
see the
no, this is
light.
good. Good. Come on. There, thank you. Oh, okay.
Are you joking?
Well, at least they wrote in that bit where he, like,
Nice.
came back, because otherwise I'd be like, good, yes, kill him.
Another brilliant example of things not being funny. And just bizarre.
Yeah. Don't burn down Ted's house, please.
Oh, he's gonna. Oh my
Oh
god, and now
my
you've just
God.
killed carolers.
Who finds this funny? Are we just like, maybe we're too drunk to be laughing and stuff? Maybe we haven't come into it the right
man.
moment. I'm just like, he's a horrible man.
He's really not shown me any reason to be sympathetic.
Howard!
What are you doing?
I saw a fire in here and I ran in to save the day.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with this reindeer? Has it got rabies? Is it like Cujo?
Yeah, I don't know, I've petted a reindeer before.
If there was any salvaging Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, it has just been thrown onto the floor with the
Yeah.
reindeer that he just punched in the face. It is 2020 and we are not cool with that.
People loved animal cruelty back then. He fed the deer, so we're supposed to be like okay with it. But like
he fed the deer like booze.
But like he punched the deer.
He punched the deer to the floor.
He's not feeding it booze, is he?
Yeah, he drank
Oh,
like a
fucking
beer.
hell, he is!
And now he's like pouring the rest of the beer into the reindeer.
Why is he trying to kill that deer?
Oh my god, because he hates everything and he's a trash person. This is weird. Like lycra
Yeah, why
Santa's
is it lycra?
parade. What the fuck am I watching?
Entertainment Parade. I'm Weatherman Gale Force here with the lovely Liza Tish of AM Live.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, what do you think he's gonna like run into the parade, cause a kerfuffle? These two people are gonna report on it. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. Like 100% that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but we've said that about a bunch of things.
He's gonna probably start a fight with another Santa. Sinbad will turn up for show.
You know, Turbo Man's gonna be there.
I think this is a brilliant example of things not aging well. I can 100% see that if you grew up with this and if you were coming at it from a hardcore point of nostalgia, it's fine. But with fresh eyes,
It's fun. It's just it's really hard as an adult to like Arnie. So therefore,
yeah, very difficult.
Here, have some
Ted is the real hero here.
Can't hide your
He's
feelings.
offering you hot homemade soup.
Let it out. Get it
You
out.
won't meet a guy like that in 1,000 years.
you're like a lost and broken foal.
I don't think so.
Oh no, he'll try and like assault her now, and that'll be the
Yeah,
that'll be the
that's it. They
Hank
had to
Azaria.
do something like that.
Yeah,
But stop touching my hair
get off me.
with your wool gloves. Ugh.
Very sweet.
That's slapstick. That was legit.
There you go.
good
That was
slapstick.
genuinely funny.
Sure.
Good slapstick. Drink
Hey,
for good slapstick.
drink for that. Drink for some good. Finally, some good slapstick.
Feelings.
You know, Liz, I don't have to tell you.
This is funny. It's meant to be villainous.
Yeah, it's really, but it is quite funny. Because I trust that she's fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't seem in any danger.
Labor Day barbecue, remember?
It's Italian.
I love it.
Dressing.
Oh no!
He just got burnt.
He got burned so bad by
And he's
coffee.
still just chasing.
Oh,
Liz, you're just as violent as your husband. You're bloody made for each other. Like, he's definitely not reading the room right, and that is bad. But she fucking smacked him with a thing.
with a hot canister of soup.
Like, people should be able to be more sensitive to sort of, not sensitive to rejection, but they should be aware
No,
that
it's
someone
true.
won't be interested and be much, like, more, you know,
Oh,
tentative
aware.
and make sure people are okay with stuff.
Yeah.
But within the bounds of a 90s movie about someone making advances on a wife, like, all he did was get her soup and, like, cradle the back of her head. And
Yeah.
if she just said, fuck off, Ted, I
Stop,
get the
Ted.
sense Ted would have fucked off.
Ted
you
would
know?
100% have stopped if she'd have just said,
Our hero, Ted. Ted, 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 Ted,
Ted! Ted! Oh no, now Arnold Schwarzenegger's gonna be Turbo,
Turbo Man, of course.
Fuck!
Well, maybe you can at least do a shout out to your son and say, your dad told me lots about you. You're a cool guy. I'm going to send you a special toy in January when the sales are on. I really like that camera movement there when it went from the, like, director or whatever the hell he was.
POV on a roller coaster.
Yeah, it is POV on a roller coaster.
He will 100% turn to his son and be like, I love you more than anything. And the son will be like, you know what? That'll do.
Yeah, this thing that you've accidentally stumbled into makes up for everything. He's doing the exact same face of that guy who accidentally came onto a news interview on BBC. You know, for such a violent, forceful man, he was never once able to say to those people, I don't know what you're doing and what you're putting me in. What is
Usually
happening?
he would have, like, yeeted them through a window.
This is a great opportunity, though, to make it up to your son. So come on, just do it.
It is and it isn't. Like, he'll probably get a free Turbo Man from just being Turbo Man. And that'll be how he gets the toy to his son, and that'll be shit. Or he'll get Turbo Man in the sales, like, 6 months
That's the
later.
thing. Just use it as an opportunity to say something nice to your son and then go. You've still
Come on,
fucked it out
man.
with your wife, though.
Is that it? Is that all we're gonna get?
Really?
That can't be it. That
And you didn't even do it pointing at him.
can't be it.
Oh. He can't choose his child. He can't. That's cheating.
Of course he will. Have you no? If there's anything we've learned about Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Maybe he could pick, like, the Ted's son, and then they could swap.
this is bullshit. Is this how he gets it through no
surely-
fault of his own?
This isn't right. This isn't right. Like, he has to do something different.
Oh look, the policemen have their own like
The
carnival
policeman
float.
with Burns unit.
That's adorable.
He's got the same strange accent as my dad.
Really bizarre accent. Oh, Sinbad's gonna dress as the like Mega
Yeah.
Mind villain.
This is
adorable.
cool. I'm
This is
excited for this.
fun. I'm down for this.
It's such a dangerous thing for a child to have to climb over, it feels like.
It's also just
It's too big.
Morally
it's
wrong.
not the same size as the boxes they had.
it's way too big in terms of the toy, and it's the same size as Anakin Skywalker.
Don't reveal yourself.
We were meant to finish our drink when Jamie got the Turbo Man, but I don't think we can call it just yet.
Yeah, who knows?
You leave that lovely pink
No
bear
one
thing
likes
alone.
Booster! Oh,
I
drink.
love Booster. Drink. Whoa! What the fuck?
Whoa, how does that suit have those powers? Oh, God.
Bloody hell! Were they always intending to do this with the kid there?
Yeah, that would really scare a child.
Honestly, if I'd been picked for a prize and then this started happening, I would break down. Why does the costume have a working jetpack?
The costume has, like, the world's first working jetpack in it.
Yeah, apparently it does.
I'm enjoying it because it's so silly, and I can really see that appeal of it. But I think it's really weird coming to it because this is the never been seen before thing. It's
Yeah.
weird coming to it as a 28-year-old and being
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
I'm just not brought along by the whimsy, and instead I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and the whimsy is incredibly of the era. Oh, good
And he's
God.
causing a lot of destruction. And I guess in a way it's quite a sort of dark comedy, but
Yeah, possibly that was always the intention, but it...
oh God. Also, I think Arnold Schwarzenegger was much more loved back then.
Yes.
So that immediately creates a feeling of goodwill towards the character. Whereas now he's old news, and obviously he's done politics and stuff. So I don't think we have that benefit of being like, oh, Arnie having fun in like a Christmas movie,
a silly comedy. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. We don't immediately give him that pass that we perhaps would, as you've mentioned, Simon Pegg in Run Fat Boy Run.
And we had all been taught to love Simon Pegg from the last 2 movies before that, so we were like, oh, Simon Pegg's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, Sinbad fell to his death. Oh no, he's okay.
What's the matter, Jane?
It's just, I wish Dad could have been here, see me fly and all. But he
And
didn't
all?
come, and it's all my fault.
How is it all your fault?
We had a fight on the
Oh, a fight on the phone.
I kinda yelled at him.
Jamie,
It's not your
your dad is no, who would know better than me.
Howard?
Drink for Howard, but also drink to, like, burn away the fact that Liz didn't even recognise her own husband.
Yeah, and this would be like, wait, so you weren't safely trained to do any of that? My son was genuinely in trouble.
Like, genuinely in
Like,
trouble. This was all
what-
clearly a
genuinely,
fluke.
what the hell is going on?
Look, Jamie's dad is Turbo Man.
Let's get out of here.
Daddy, smell like butter.
Don't come for my soup like that.
Ted has a paralysing fear of Turbo Man.
Clearly. Oh,
That was
man.
way too easy to get rid of Ted, the local seducer. It was
way
like,
too easy.
oh, I can't fucking like have sex with his wife if her husband is Turbo Man.
Yeah.
Aww.
Thank you.
The kid
Jamie,
has thankfully learned nothing from his father.
Yeah.
All I need the doll for. I got the real Turbo Man at home.
I mean, that's literally how it ends. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow. So no discussion had.
A lot to unpack there. Wow.
Interesting movie. Interesting. Never seen it before.
Never seen before.
So it's a virgin's verdict from the both of us.
Oh, it's a virgin's verdict. It's the virgin's verdict. It's the first time
What?
that you've seen the film. It's the virgin's verdict.
What?
It's the virgin's verdict.
And she's
what
gonna tell us what's inside her brain.
Hey, I'm so happy you brought that back. That
Yeah.
was, As It Is Christmas, go back and revisit the Muppet Christmas Carol drinking game episode that I do with Flo here, where for the first time and only time up until this point, I do the Virgin's Verdict jingle off the cuff.
It was great. We were really alarmed and confused. She gave us no warning. It was good times.
It's great. Oh boy. So yeah, I feel like if you grew up with this movie, if it's something you came to even a little bit later on in life, like early teenage years, like especially pre-2001, absolutely, you of course, especially at Christmas, you are entitled to thoroughly enjoy this movie, and I really hope that nothing we say here detracts your enjoyment from this movie, and I really hope that it continues to be a classic in your household, and I really hope that you continue to find complete nostalgia from it, and you really enjoy the antics, and you really enjoy nestling into the bosom of batshit that it is. Like, I really, really do never, ever, ever want to take that away from anyone. We are now going to give our verdict of this movie that neither of us have ever seen before. And as you may have gotten the vibe of from the entire commentary, it's not necessarily going to be overwhelmingly positive, but
Speak for yourself.
that is not important, because if you love this movie, you go ahead and you love this movie. Like, sincerely, like, please,
Yeah,
never
this-
stop loving this movie.
This is a thing about nostalgia, and the thing of this episode is that we have no nostalgia for this old movie, and so it's really interesting to get the like a sort of modern take on it,
contemporary.
where you've got none of that affection for it.
Yeah. As you've said previously, taking a step back from it, I can completely see the charm and I can completely see the fun of this film and the high energy, erratic performances from like 98% of the cast are wonderful, and they're really, really great. And I really hope that it is because everybody saw that Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to be cast and they were like, fuck it. And they went for it, because it really is really fun to watch. When you start getting specific about it, I can't see Ted as a villain. I can't see the policeman as a villain, because I don't have the affection for Arnold Schwarzenegger that, as Flo pointed out before, perhaps you did back in 1996, I was elected to lead, not elected to read, Arnold, which is primarily what I know him as now. Simpsons Arnold Schwarzenegger, governor of, what, Alaska? What's he governor of? California?
California?
I don't know.
I actually don't know. We should look that up. I thought it was California.
I feel like it was California. I don't know why I said Alaska.
Yeah, he's the former governor of California.
Nice. Good for him. Good for him. Genuinely good for him.
So my take on it, I was so ready to like have that exact view, and I really enjoyed the last 25 minutes. I thought they were a blast. So I think maybe that's where the nostalgia comes from, because I'm now ready to be like, I really enjoyed that movie, even though I know 45 minutes in I was like, nothing's happened, come on. But that, even though the ending made no sense, it was the perfect amount of silly, and
that's fair.
I do feel more festive for it, even though it was a strangely capitalist Christmas film where it's all
really
about getting a
interesting.
toy somehow.
Yeah. There was no, which is what we kind of tried to project throughout.
I mean, I really thought there was going to be a real Santa in it.
Secret
to teach him the
Santa.
special, that Christmas was all about heart, but no,
And
Christmas,
family.
based off this film, is genuinely about getting
How
that
money.
toy. Get that toy by
tickle
any
me
means
elmo.
necessary. Beg for it. Fight for it.
Punch
commit, fraud of who
Crimes.
you are for it. Take on an acting job just so that you can unfairly select your child to win a prize for it. Just do anything you can to get some fucking plastic crap that your kid wants. And that's the meaning of Christmas, baby.
And I think that's why it fell short for me, because I was so ready for those last 20 minutes. When we saw Sinbad getting into that outfit, I was so pumped and I was so ready for this movie to bring it home. And then it just I felt so disgustingly adult watching it, where I was like, this is violating so many health and safety rules. As an actor, this is disgusting. What is this? Where is Santa? I wanted the guy. So basically, as you may have heard throughout the movie, there were several times where we tried to point out who the potential Santa
Who real
would be.
Santa was, because we're so used to that happening.
used to that.
Oh, but after the credits scene. Oh! They're in love again because he, faked who he was to be in a parade.
Shit.
Jamie really shows how much you love him. And if you're willing to go through all of that for him,
Oh, she's going to be pregnant.
Of course she is.
makes me wonder.
How bizarre to have an after-credits scene in 1996.
Did you get me?
Oh, fuck.
What was that about?
I don't think he got her a present.
Oh my god. Arnold! And again, we're meant to find it funny because
Charming!
I think...
He didn't get his wife a fucking present for Christmas. That's
Hilarious.
not charming. That is infuriating.
No, I think we're meant to find it funny. I think we're meant to see the characters of the son, the neighbour, the wife. Like, because let's be
as
real,
all like
that's
obstacles
what they are.
to him having a nice peaceful
Yeah,
Christmas.
they're all just props and set pieces around Arnold Schwarzenegger's Christmas antics.
I just imagine how much I would cry if I had a partner who, like, we got to Christmas and without any form of discussion, like, so it's not like we'd agreed to not get presents for each other, they just hadn't gotten me anything. Like, oh god.
Anything at all. Like, at least Alan Rickman getting that Joni Mitchell CD.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about... I know partners might decide not to buy something for each other, or they might get a small thing, or they might blah, blah, blah. But, like if you have an agreement that you get presents for each other, which you presumably do, it's not cute or funny that you didn't get your wife a present for Christmas.
Zoom.
I mean, you can't forget Christmas either. At least with her birthday, you're like... I had a lot going on and I don't memorise all the dates.
No build-up.
Yeah. Christmas, you had plenty of warning.
Like,
My
Halloween
God.
ended and tinsel turned up.
You
in the
know what?
shops.
You know what? I'm going back.
Yeah!
I said, yeah, okay, last 25 minutes, good. I got more on his side. I had a good time. Yes, fine, that's all true. But then there was an after-credit scene where he hadn't even bothered to get his wife a Christmas gift. And I'm sick of him now. I wish he'd died in the Turbo Man costume. I wish he tried to use the jetpack and it had exploded and everyone applauded at the fireworks and that was the end of the movie. And then Ted came around and said, hey guys, I've got a Turbo Man for everyone because I was well prepared. Because I think ahead.
And I have hot chocolate and mulled wine and
soup.
fucking...
Every liquid you could want, I've got it.
I've got it. Yeah, that's so funny.
He's a bad man.
We're meant to
Arnie, you're a bad
genuinely be
man.
like, we're meant to basically see things that are such cruxes and fundamentals in other Christmas family movies. In this movie, we're meant to see them as side pieces for Arnie to slapstick badly and shenanigan all over. And I think that's what's missing for me in this movie. It's the heart. It's the lack of the genuine Santa that turns around and winks at the camera. It's the lack of... Because Miracle on 34th Street has a lot of capitalism within it, but it is beautiful and it is charming and it comes wrapped in a big heart.
Yeah, and it ends with, like, what's important. And it's kind of... It's really... Like, it tries to do that when it's like... His son doesn't need the toy anymore because he's got the real Turbo Man at home. And you can buy that in terms of, like, because he feels secure in his dad's love and all of that stuff. But then he didn't get his wife a present. He didn't get his son a present in the end. I mean,
fundamentally.
that was cool that you accidentally stumbled your way into a gift for your son.
Exactly. There was no... choices there. There was no action on behalf of Arnold Schwarzenegger there. There was
and
no...
it's not even like he'd heard that Turbo Man.
They were casting for Turbo Man.
And
or
he
anything.
ran in there and like claimed to be the person because he was desperate to get his son something. He just randomly stumbled onto it because he's a fool who like doesn't know where he's going or what he's doing.
Absolutely. It's quite depressing, actually, that Arnold Schwarzenegger makes no real effort other than seizing the opportunity right in front of him.
And he doesn't even seize it until he's up there, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm Turbo Man." Yeah, he just stumbles into things, and like, I'm not happy. You know, I'm glad his child didn't have a horrible Christmas, but it does feel like it's not a win that Arnie deserves.
I feel like the divorce is still pending in 6 months'
Yeah, and it
time.
should. I mean, my God, let's just get to her birthday or next Christmas.
Yeah.
He'll do it again.
Exactly.
And he'll be like, maybe this time, like, he'll have learned, like, oh, all I need to do is like try and stumble
Wing
into job in a Christmas parade and it will all work out, and it won't work out that time, and Ted will be waiting in the sidelines,
Ted will be
ready to bang his wife
with his soup. And I just think that's another crux. It's the lack of lessons learned. Like, Christmas fundamentally was born, we can argue, when Charles Dickens penned A Christmas Carol, where we all learned the absolute rule of Christmas, which was learning a lesson about don't be shit. And going forward, pretty much everything, especially family-orientated movies, have followed by that rule. And to its credit, Jingle All The Way tries to divert from that, but it does not fly for a post 9/11 2020 audience.
in a way that's like, he just won and there's no reason or sense to why he did, but he's the only one who gets to have, like,
Genuinely
like, he
succeeded.
didn't try, it's not like he tried early on and couldn't get a doll because he was working so hard at work and then the time was too late. It was just like, he was a rubbish dad, and then it was right at the point that his wife was like, you better have the doll or I'm going to divorce you, that he was like, oh, fuck, I need to solve this problem now. And yeah.
Compared again to Bruce Willis, who genuinely felt like he wanted to make the effort and did
and
1,000%.
they might not have always seemed perfectly eye to eye, but my God, the effort. And and he came to her town. He came to her work party.
You know, and even Shrek, even though he has to learn the same movie 100 times
but
over.
Shrek goes and gets the book.
He does
We're talking about Shrek he goes, he gets the book, he does everything he can. And maybe he does it a little too commercially at first, and then he learns about the importance of family and friends. But
exactly.
He still wanted, he was doing stuff always out of love of family, and Arnie was not until the very last minute, and then he stumbled into a solution, and then he didn't even get his wife a Christmas present.
Exactly, and I think you're absolutely right to turn around after that post-credit sequence and deny all credibility of this movie.
I was so up for it, and now I'm like,
tide.
you've ruined it. Absolutely, I have no sympathy for him.
The post-credit scene completely undermines everything that we potentially could argue has sort of vaguely been learned.
Looking at it in a sort of 90s sense, I was like, he's trying hard to get his kid a present. There was probably a sort of mixed up assumption between the two parents that they had both gotten the present. So, like, I can buy it in terms of, like, these are two parents, there's been a miscommunication, or he's been forgetful and stupid, therefore, they're missing something for their kid. When it's for the wife, and again, it's supposed to be a really minor, funny scene.
Yeah,
but
you're
like,
hilarious.
There is no one else to get your wife a present. It's all on you, and there's one other person in your family that you need to do it for, and you forgot.
So, it's a shame because I was really excited for Jingle All The Way, in a sense that I listened to the majority of people that love it, and was really hoping to sort of come to them in future to be like, I too really enjoyed this film. And I can see why you would enjoy this film. But unfortunately this time round, because movies change, and I could watch this in 3 years' time and think it brilliant. But this time round, I could not.
We're too drunk, we're too sad, we're too lonely. Yeah, this came out 24 years ago.
Well,
Yeah, so like it's not for us, but just really fun to rewatch it. Like, weird in many ways, enjoyable in others.
Yes.
A strange one.
I'm very drunk, but I don't want that to detract from my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what my opinion is. I've just had a little wine. That's my opinion.
Just have a little wine. Have a bit of that soup that Ted made. That looked banging. I'm not usually a soup fan.
Great playment of that character, because he was
so funny.
He was actively unlikable, which was great, tick. But then he's got so much charisma that you're like, you know what, I put up with him being a little weirdo. Like, he seems nice enough.
He was way funnier than Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad combined. Like,
I thought Sinbad did a pretty good job, but
he did an all right job with what he was given to do.
Yeah, he did get a lot of randomly violent scenes that weren't that well choreographed.
I feel like Phil Hartman was given similar scenes, but he made them work for him.
In fairness, Phil didn't have any of the slapstick.
Very true.
And I do think that's, like, I didn't find much of the slapstick in this movie very funny, and I don't know if that's direction or choreography or just the actors in it. I don't know, but it just didn't quite work for me. So that's the one part of the movie I'd say wasn't as funny as it should have been. I've had a really good time, and I can see myself enjoying it with the family and stuff. It's just I don't have that. Yeah, I think we've said like
we're in the wrong stage.
Like, I'm trying to picture now, like, what, maybe if I was seeing, like, Sylvester Stallone goof about in a Christmas movie, might... No, that's not the right person. It needs to be someone even more contemporary than that. It needs to be, oh, no, he's dead. It needs to be... No, because he's born in comedy anyway. Because what it is, it's the equivalent of Robert De Niro doing all of the movies he's been doing for the past, 5 to 10 years. Yeah, it's like that
twist.
Haha, this is like an actor who does different stuff, but now
remember
they're doing
when
this
he
thing.
murdered a bunch of gangsters for 20 years and now he's hanging out with Zac Efron naked. Like, it's that. So I don't know who that actor is in this day and age in order to, in 10 years' time, be worthy of a goofy Christmas comedy. Someone very, very serious. But the trouble is, there's no such thing anymore. Daniel Day-Lewis, perhaps, but I couldn't buy it.
That's too much that way. Because Arnie was never like, hey, I'm a method actor who trashes a hotel room because it's not dated enough. I don't know. I'm just making accusations against Daniel Day-Lewis here. I've never heard of that happening. But you know what I mean. Like,
he did insist on his trailer being a specific 1950s office.
But he's a method serious guy who it would be
method is a luxury.
Yeah. Arnold, my good friend Arnold, isn't method. He was just semi-serious, just there to be the tough guy.
He was non-English speaking,
he did Twins,
Conan.
didn't he?
He did Conan the Barbarian was his first one where he barely spoke a word of English. I don't know.
Or Junior? Is it called Junior or is it?
No, it is called Twins. It's with Danny DeVito and it's called Twins.
But did he not also do Junior?
But this is the equivalent of when Dwayne
Junior?
The Rock. I don't know what Junior is.
Doesn't he have a baby in something? That's what I'm thinking of.
It's Emma Thompson, Danny DeVito, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's Junior, yeah. So Junior is the first thing I ever saw him in, and this was 2 years. Yeah, I didn't know this man, and then I saw him in Junior, which is what
is Emma Thompson doing here?
God knows.
Who knows? Maybe it's a very good
Junior
movie.
Was funny from what I remember. I don't know. Anyway, I wasn't trying to make a big point about Junior the film, but I was in fairness, he'd done comedies before this, which I wasn't really that aware of, but I remember Junior being quite an adept comedy in the sense that it was trying hard.
In the same way that I feel that, remember when Dwayne The Rock Johnson was a wrestler?
Oh shit, he was in Kindergarten Cop in 1990. We've been seeing this all wrong, babe. This is not a classic action actor coming to a Christmas movie. This is a dude who's been trying to branch into comedy for ages, doing more comedy. He wanted to do comedies, I guess. And in that case, good. But then also I'm getting less I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger was a beloved, funny man in the sense that because he's a muscly guy who's also funny. But I think you and I have been spoilt with
Dwayne The Rock
Johnson and also Channing Tatum, who made that journey a lot smoother.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is the new Arnold Schwarzenegger, I would say, more than anything, because he went from just hardcore wrestler to doing stupid Disney movies to doing slightly less stupid Disney movies to probably winning an Oscar in the next 10 years. I'm calling it right now. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is going to win an Oscar in the next 10 years.
Yeah, he'll be cast in something about being a wrestler and he'll win.
Yeah, he'll be cast in like the Schindler's List of the modern age and he'll win. But yeah,
I think we said everything we can say about
That's so interesting though, that as you say that, like, yeah, we absolutely have said everything we can say about Jingle All The Way. It was a solid 3 out of 5 stars.
Sure was a movie.
We watched it.
Christmas movie. Christmas tick. Movie tick. Tick tick. That's my analysis.
But that's so funny that we were like, coming to comedy.
His brunch into comedy. I'll forgive him many crimes. And then it was like, no, he's been trying to do that for 6 years at least.
This is like 5th attempt and it still didn't hit the mark. So... And just to close, again, if you love Jingle All The Way, you are incredibly entitled to that. And we will never take that away from you because we are just 2 drunk spinsters, only one of whom has a cat. But I really want one. It's going to be great and it's going to be called Bilbo Baggins.
I had a good time and I can really, like, if I was in a family setting, I think I would enjoy it a lot more. I think it was really fun and I think a lot of people might like it for this reason. It was fun to make fun of, wasn't it?
It was perfect to make fun of, like, made to make fun of, which, you know, is a testament to a movie these days, because there's so many genuinely bad movies, but there's not any so bad it's good movies. And I'm not saying that this falls into that category because it really wasn't that awful. I just don't think it lived up to the hype that I wanted it to live up to. I really wanted to genuinely enjoy it, and instead I just had a good time.
I had a good time also.
That's not a bad thing.
And that's what Christmas is all about, baby.
The moral of Christmas.
So,
now.
Merry Christmas to you and Merry Christmas to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wherever he may be. And the small kid that played Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace.
Merry Christmas, Anakin Skywalker. Merry Christmas
to you.
Big figure from Watchmen and
yes,
Mini-Me from...
Mini-Me. Oh, he's dead.
Shit. Sorry, Vern Taylor. R.I.P. Vern Taylor and Merry Christmas.
It's
Vern Troyer. Okay, cut that bit.
I genuinely was going to say something else. Yeah, it's the lack of Christmas values that I'm used to. And fuck, But
you know what? Sorry, final thought, and then I'll shut the hell up. Kind of refreshing that it's just a purely capitalist movie that's like, gotta buy the shit. Like, buy it any way you can. And, like, they never learn a lesson about not needing the stuff. The kid tries to teach them a lesson about not needing stuff. But then, right away at the end of credits, it's like, but also, like, you fucked it way up. Like,
you could have just swung by Pandora and got your wife, like, a charm
yeah,
bracelet.
like, when people say it's the thought that matters, it doesn't mean you don't have to get your wife a Christmas present.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the thought of forgetting to get your wife a Christmas present. Yeah, funny old movie of its time, not necessarily in a bad way, but yeah, I'd be interested when you have kids, Flo, let me like rewatch this with them and let me know the vibe, because I feel like it'll be a bit more okay, although by then we might all be vegan and punching a reindeer might be even worse.
Yeah, punching the reindeer I think will go down less well, but we'll see how the rest of it does. So I'll catch up with you in 2030 and we'll see what my children think.
Nice.
Bye!
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, the best thing you can do is head to Apple and leave a review. You can find Why This Film across social media on Instagram at Why This Film Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Why This Film Pod and / or like me on Facebook at Why This Film Podcast. You can support the podcast at www.patreon.com/Why This Film Podcast, where you have early access to episodes as well as bonus material. And you can find episodes, weekly reviews and more at whythisfilmpodcast.co.uk. Now go back and have a shot every time I say podcast.